Good morning. Welcome to all of you who are joining us today from our Proverbs 31 Encouragement for Today devotion. In that devotion, I shared a journey that Lauren and I traveled together. Lauren was diagnosed with scoliosis at age 13, and from the day of that diagnosis, we began a journey really as a family of praying for healing for Lauren, for God's miraculous healing. And as he took us through several years of wearing a brace 23 out of 24 hours a day, and not us, Lauren wearing a brace, and chiropractic care and laying of hands by elders and friends, it became quite apparent that the healing was not going to come the way that we had been praying. And I wanted Lauren to share a little bit about how that made her feel in her relationship with God, to be believing God for something and praying for something, and every time she had a checkup, her back kept getting worse and worse. What was that like for you, Lauren?
Well, at first it was really frustrating, and I spent a lot of time being angry with God the first year and a half or so. I just didn't understand why this was happening to me and why it kept getting progressively worse after I was doing everything asked of me. But then right around maybe about a month before my surgery, I went to a fall weekend for Young Life. And that's when I really kind of had a peace about my surgery. And I knew that it was in God's hands, and He wasn't finally answering my prayers, but I finally felt like He was answering my prayers, and He'd been answering it all along.
And I have to tell you that Lauren actually got her peace before I did as her mom. I think I was more disappointed and more upset and not understanding God's answering the prayer that we prayed, because we prayed in such faith and with such belief. And I think as a mom, I knew what this surgery was going to entail and how much pain Lauren was going to go through. And it was painful, Lauren.
Yeah, it was really painful. It was definitely a journey, but I'm really grateful for it.
She had about a 7-hour surgery. But if we could just tell you all the parts along the way, even to her Young Life leader, being a nurse and being able to be in the surgery with her, to pray over her and be there, and for Lauren to know that. I mean, God seemed to take care of every single detail. And it's like He was just showing Lauren and me all along the way, my hand is in this, I am there. Kind of like, I know it's not what you wanted and it's not what you thought, but I'm in control. And I have shared on my blog before, how God grew my faith in this. But I really wanted you to hear Lauren's side, because I know there are people out there, there are those of you out there praying for something, and God isn't answering it, and it looks like He's either not listening, or He's not maybe even paying attention to your prayers, or you're wondering why He isn't doing what you're asking Him to do. And to hear from a 17-year-old girl that God not only didn't answer her prayer, but she probably had the most painful way to have it answered, what she was trying to avoid. But I want her to share that didn't take her away from God and draw her further from Him, but rather, as she'll tell you, it drew her closer.
Well, like I said at first, it was really hard through all the chiropractic care and the brace and stuff like that, but I'm definitely thankful for my surgery because it really brought me closer to God, and it really taught me to rely on Him. And most importantly, I think it taught me to just wait for His answer and realize that it's not going to happen right away all the time, and that I really can depend on Him through everything, no matter what. So I think that was the biggest thing for me, is just learning to really rely on God and seeing the great things that can come out of it, because now my back hardly ever hurts, and I feel a lot more confident, and as you can see, I'm very straight, and I don't have to worry about my scoliosis ever coming back. So.
Well, and if you followed my blog at all last year, which lots of you did, you saw Lauren just, it was probably 5 months after her surgery, in her beautiful prom dress with her other friend who had similar surgery, and they were very proudly showing off their scars. And Lauren, if you didn't know, was able to cheer this fall, and the only limitation she had was she couldn't tumble. And they told us after her surgery they weren't even quite sure she could do that yet, because of the amount of weight she would have to bear. So God has been so faithful from beginning to end. And I think the best thing we want to share with you is if you're in a place of waiting with God or he has not answered the way you wanted, we just want you to trust in him because he will be faithful to show you and he's there. And Lauren has a favorite verse that has come out of this, and I just wanted her to share it with you and just ask God for that verse, that word from him like she got. That will just give you a comfort and a peace that he is with you.
All right, my favorite verse is Ephesians 3:20. I prayed it all throughout my journey with scoliosis, and it says, "And now unto him who is able to do immeasurably more than we could ever ask or imagine because of his power that is at work within us."
And we have a funny story to tell about that verse because it means so much to her. She wants to have it tattooed on her. Not the whole verse, but just Ephesians 3:20. So you can pray for her that her mother will change her heart. But right now I prefer my daughter not have a tattoo. But that's how much it means to her. And we both just want this to be an encouragement to you, Lauren. Thank you for doing what I know you probably didn't want to do this afternoon.
No.
But we just wanted to be an encouragement to someone out there because I know I've prayed. I know there's someone out there listening. And if you want to communicate at all with Lauren or with me, please remember to leave a comment on the blog, or you can email me at deuteronomy6@aol.com, and we would love to answer you back if there's anything you need or anything we can pray for you about. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.